For our project on the third semester of Medialogy, we started out with picking theme 7, heads-up displays and text in augmented reality. However, after some research, we pivoted into augmenting reality with night vision instead and ended up with creating a smartphone night vision application that works with augmented reality and cheap smartphone virtual reality head-mounted devices such as the Google Cardboard. We analyzed light and how it works with the human eye, imaging technology, how traditional night vision goggles work, how to do image processing, and the state-of-the-art of night vision and augmented reality. This analysis led us to the following final problem statement. To which extent can we build a smartphone application that can enhance the perceptibility of an as low-light live video feed as possible that utilizes augmented reality head-mounted device technology, has a high enough frame rate to avoid simulation sickness, and is compatible with as many different Android devices as possible? After finding our problem statement, the following requirements were established for the product design. It must enhance the user's vision in low light situation compared to a regular smartphone camera. It must work with a low-cost virtual reality head-mounted device such as the Samsung Gear VR or the Google Cardboard. It must be compatible with as many Android phones as possible. It must be able to maintain a stable frame rate of 60 frames per second or higher to avoid sickness. It must have a green overlay color to ease strain on the user's eyes. The implementation had many iterations and a couple of different program languages, but ultimately ended up being implemented in Unity 3D using a plugin to export OpenCV to C#. The functions used in the implementation first of all call the smartphone camera on two different plane game objects and then process the image textures from the webcam using the following OpenCV functions: histogram equalization, alpha and beta adjustments, and gamma corrections. After a prototype of the implementation was done, 3 experiments were conducted. First, a test in a controlled environment indoor in a light-sealed room where we could control the lighting. The purpose of this test was to determine the lowest threshold of light needed to use the implementation. The second test was in a natural setting in Søndermarken in Frederiksberg at nighttime to find out how well the app worked in real-life low-light conditions. The third test was a hardware benchmark test to test if the app was actually reaching the frame rate set by the design requirements. In the end, the conclusion for the project was that the implementation doesn't work on anything other than the most high-end devices, and while the application does successfully enhance the smartphone camera in low-light conditions, unfortunately it still doesn't beat the human eye. In the future, we'd love to try this application with an infrared LED light and basically try it out once better phones are on the market, where bright and contrast could potentially work.